trembling. That's Antonio. Which is why we don't feed him past midnight. He hasn't had a bath in 6 months. That's my 3-year-old. I love him to death. All right, y'all ready for more shows? Say hell yeah! All right, we're going to keep that energy up. Your next comedian comes to stage. I met this man. He's amazing. He is actually doing stand-up with Parkinson's disease. He's been diagnosed for almost a year now. Please put your hands together for Mr. Kelly David Cole.
How you all doing today? As LaTice mentioned, I'm about a month away from my diagnosis. So tonight's set I'm actually dedicating to a woman that I met online through Parkinson's groups. Her name is Heather Kennedy. So Heather, this set's for you tonight. And the first thing I like to say is people ask me all the time, what's it like living with Parkinson's on a daily basis? I tell them, picture yourself speaking to a deaf and hard of hearing person with American Sign Language, but they have Tourette's. Fuck, ass, butt head. And then, whenever Parkinson's and masturbation definitely doesn't go hand in hand. And talking to your neurologist about it, by the time you catch it, foreplay's over, you're too tired. But seriously, the last time that I was intimate, it's been 15 years, 9 months, and 32 seconds, not that I'm counting. So, I was in a crowd recently, February, you might know, Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
And I brushed up against a handsome older lady. By the time I could turn and ask her what was good for her too, she already lit 2 cigarettes and was handing me one. By handsome older lady, we're talking Willem Dafoe and Drag from Boondock Saints. If you've never seen Willem Dafoe and Drag and Boondock Saints, Google it, you'll be scared. I also work for a major retail company. You can do it, we can help. In my case, I probably shouldn't. And I had a woman come up to me last year, 87-year-old handsome older lady. Might have been her my last joke. We sell a product called Vigoro mulch. And she came up and she said, I like 15 bags of that Viagra mulch. Viagra mulch? Is that how you keep plants up? If your plants stay up for more than 4 hours, contact your local lawn doctor. When I first hired into Home Depot, they stuck me in lumber. And I had this husband and wife come up, it might have been LaTice. This is something she would have said. And the husband was sitting on a flat cart with a big old knee brace on. So what happened to you? Wife says, he wouldn't listen to me. Yes. So wouldn't listen to you. She said, yeah, I was cooking steak containers in the house. And he's out trying to put the swimming pool up. I said, hang on, wait for me. I'll come out there and help you with the swimming pool. See what happened. I looked at her, I looked back at him. I said, you know, in Genesis, it says we listened once and we bit the apple. I told that joke to a customer, to a cashier one time because she was asking me to tell someone a joke. I was expecting a laugh from her, and she looked at me and she said, you know, it wasn't an apple. I said, who's telling the joke? And I grew up in Michigan, and I gotta tell you, West Virginia has nothing on Michiganders. We're about as redneck as they come. And let me tell you why. I'm going to take you on a trip in a DeLorean Back to the Future in 1963. My grandmother on my father's side passed away. And my grandfather married a nice lady that became my step-grandmother. And there's a reason why I call my nieces and nephews cuz nieces or cuz nephews. And I can be a cuz uncle. So I had this wonderful step-grandmother. A few years later, we're going to go to the DeLorean in 1974 when my father passed away. Had 3 wonderful step-uncles, 2 wonderful step-aunts, and a whole bunch of step-cousins. Father passes away. Mother marries step-uncle. So I asked my mom, as a precocious child, does that make you my step-aunt or him my stepfather? And now I have 2 step-uncles, 2 step-aunts, and a stepfather, and a whole lot of step-sisters and brothers and more step-cousins. A few years later, in the 80s, my step-sister, which is my cousin sister, I guess, she marries one of my cousins. And she starts having children. So, depending on which family reunion I go to, cousins can be sisters, nephews and nieces can be cousins. And my brother was at the county fair the other day, and we still have those in Michigan. And he's laying down on the ground in the straw with a cow in his lap like a dog. And somebody posted there and said, which one's Abe? I said, well, the cow just counted past 4 and didn't eat the crayons, so the other one's the Marine and my brother. And George Lucas, had he written Star Wars to my family, it would have been, Luke, search your feelings. You are your father. The inbreeding is strong in this one. And with Parkinson's disease, Michael J. Fox has collected $750 million so far for Parkinson's research. Neil Diamond has come out and he's retiring. Linda Ronstadt, a couple other guitarists from rock bands are coming out. They have Parkinson's and they're retiring. One of the guitarists from Alabama is retiring. So I guess I'll have to retire from comedy and announce my comeback comedy tour in 4 weeks. So thank you all, you're doing great. Give it up for LaTice and all the other comedians tonight. And I know Brian, I used to be in the audience. If you get a chance, check out Brian's new album, logo, Laugh or Get Offended.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Keep it going for Kelly David Cole. You're so welcome. Like, so brave. He's such a brave and strong individual. You good?
I meant to do that.
Right. I love him. Give it up one more time. And he's funny. Like, that's just crazy. All right, your next comedian coming to the stage is actually my co-host every Friday Eve. Y'all can check us out on wildfireradio.com. We are on Funny Bits Radio Show. You can listen on any device. I'm super excited he's here. Start clapping up now for Mr. Carl Rogers. Hell yeah, keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going, y'all. You know he's old. He got to take some time.